Hello, it's Grandma. Are you ready for Grandma's story time? I am, and I've got my story bag with me. Remember, it's my bag with purple circles and golden elephants and blue circles with golden elephants and red circles. And Peter, are you there? What are you doing? Oh, you're coming out? Okay. Hello. It's Peter. Oh, you're very happy about lots of things. Wasn't it clever that the yellow and green ointment, rub it on and it made yellow and green wings? That was very good. You're wondering what adventure they'll have next. So am I. Let's get the book out. Remember the book we're reading? Enid Blyton, The Wishing Chair Again. What chapter are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we're up to chapter 9. Bye-bye, Peter. Peter's going in the bag. Put on your glasses, Grandma. Now we're ready. The Wishing Chair Again. Chapter 9. Mollie and the Growing Ointment. The children were very pleased with the chair's beautiful new green and yellow wings. "They're much better than the little red ones that used to grow," said Peter. "Your great-aunt's growing ointment is marvellous stuff, Chinky. I only hope that the chair will grow its wings more often." The green and yellow wings disappeared, of course, as soon as they were all safely home. The chair stood still in its place, looking quite ordinary. The children patted it. "Good old wishing chair. Grow your wings again soon. You haven't taken us to the land of goodness knows where yet." The chair didn't grow its wings again that week. Friday came, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The children grew tired of asking Chinky, "Has the chair grown its wings yet?" On Tuesday, a spell of rainy weather came. It was really too wet to play any games outdoors at all. The children went down to the playroom day after day to play with Chinky, and that was fun. But on Friday, Chinky said he really must go and visit his mother.
"I haven't seen her since I came back to you with the chair,"
he said.
"I must go today."
"Oh, bother. We'll have to do without you," said Mollie. "Just suppose the chair grows its wings and you're not here, Chinky."
"Well, that's easy,"
said Chinky.
"You simply sit in it and wish it to go to my mother's. She will be very pleased to see you, and then all three of us can go off an adventure together."
"Oh, yes, we'll do that, if only the chair grows its wings," said Peter. "Well, goodbye, Chinky. Will you be back tonight?"
"Yes,"
said Chinky.
"I'll be sleeping on the old sofa as usual, don't worry. I'm not taking my wand with me, by the way. Keep an eye on it for me, will you?"
Chinky had just bought a new wand, and a very useful one that had quite a bit of magic inside it. He was very proud of it, and he kept it in the cupboard with the toys and the games. "Yes, we'll look after it for you," said Peter, "and we won't use it, we promise."
"I know you won't,"
said Chinky.
"Well, see you tonight."
Off he went to catch the bus to his mother's cottage, dressed in his mackintosh and sou'wester. A mackintosh is another name for a raincoat, And the sou'wester is a name for a rain hat. You need them when you're out in the rain. The children felt decidedly dull when he was gone. "A game of Ludo, Molly?" said Peter. "No, I'm bored of Ludo now," said Molly. "Well, you're not going to be very good company then," said Peter, taking down a book. "I'll read. You can tell me when you've finished being bored and we'll think up an exciting game." Molly lay down on the rug and shut her eyes. What a pity it had rained and rained so long. Even if the wishing chair grew its wings, it wouldn't be much fun going out in the rain. They would have to take the umbrella with them. Molly opened her eyes and looked out the window. Why, the sun was shining, and yet it was still raining. "I say, Peter, look at this rainbow," said Molly. "Oh, it's glorious. Wouldn't it be lovely to fly off to a rainbow in a wishing chair? If it looks as beautiful as this far away, whatever would it look like if it was near to us? Oh, I do wish the wishing chair would grow its wings this very afternoon." Peter took no notice. He was deep inside his book. Molly felt cross. She wandered around the room and opened a little cupboard where Chinky kept some of his things. There on the shelf was a jar of growing ointment that Great Aunt Quickfingers had given them to make the wings of the wishing chair grow back. Molly took down the jar and opened the lid. There was plenty of ointment left. It was yellow with streaks of green in it. She wondered perhaps if it would make the chair grow its wings again, although Chinky's mother said it only acted once on anything. "I'll try it," thought Molly, "and I won't tell Peter. If the wings grow, I'll fly off in the wishing chair without him and go to Chinky's alone. That will serve him right for not answering when I speak to him." She went over to the wishing chair and rubbed a little bit of the ointment on one of the front legs. But nothing happened at all. She couldn't even feel a tiny bud of a wing. The growing ointment certainly didn't act twice. Great Aunt Quickfingers was right. And then a wonderful thought came to Molly. Why shouldn't she try a little of the magic ointment on something else? She looked around. Her dolls, for instance. Oh, if only she could make wings grow on Rosebud, her prettiest doll. That would be really wonderful. Feeling very excited, Molly took her doll Rosebud from her cot. She rubbed a little of the green and yellow ointment onto Rosebud's back. And hey presto, wing buds began to form and little green and yellow wings sprouted out of the doll's back. And then she suddenly left Molly's knee and flew round the playroom. She flew near Peter and he felt the wind of her little wings. He looked up and his eyes almost dropped out of his head. Rosebud was flying around the room. Molly laughed in delight and tried to catch the doll as she flew past. "I've put the growing ointment on her back," she said. He looked up. "You know, what Chinky's great aunt gave him for growing wings on the wishing chair, and Rosebud grew wings." "Well, I never," said Peter in amazement. "I say, do you think my engine would grow wings too?" He had a wonderful clockwork engine, a perfect model he was very proud of. "Oh, yes, let's try and see," said Molly. So they got the engine and Peter smeared a little of the ointment onto it. It sprouted small wings at once. It flew from Peter's hand and joined the doll. The children laughed till their sides ached to see the two toys behaving like this. They really did look extraordinary. And then Mollie and Peter went quite mad with the ointment. They smeared it onto a top, and that flew round the room, spinning as it went. And they smeared the skittles, and they all shot round and round, some of them bumping to one another in the air. They made some of the little toy soldiers fly, and they even gave the bricks in their brick box wings to fly with. And all these things flapped their wings and flew round and round the room. Mollie and Peter screamed with laughter as they tried to dodge the flying toys. Mollie went to the toy cupboard to see if any toy was there that she could make fly as well. She picked up Chinky's new wand and put it on one side. But dear me, her fingers were smeared with the growing ointment, and the wand at once grew tiny, graceful green and yellow wings too. It flew out of the cupboard and joined the flying toys. "Oh dear, there goes the wand," said Mollie. "Oh, I do hope Chinky won't mind. I just touched it by accident. The ointment smeared on my fingers and it grew wings." "Look, I made the teapot fly," said Peter, and he roared with laughter to see it flapping its way round the room. "Look at the skittles colliding again." The wind suddenly blew the door to the playroom open. Then a dreadful thing happened. Rosebud the doll, the railway engine, the skittles, the bricks, the top, the teapot, and the wand, in fact, everything that had grown wings, shot straight out of the open door, flew down to the bottom of the garden, and vanished. Said Mollie in fright. "They've gone," said Peter, rushing to the open door. But he could see nothing. No Rosebud was there, no engine, nothing. They had all vanished into the blue. "Oh dear, shall we get them back?" said Mollie. "Why did I ever begin to smear the growing ointment on anything? It was a very silly idea. Oh, poor Rosebud, now I've lost her." "And what about my lovely model engine?" said Peter. "And I say, Chinky's magic wand has gone too." They stared at one another in dismay. Chinky's new wand that he had saved up for and was so proud of. It had grown wings, and now it had flown out the door and vanished too. This was dreadful. "I shall have to tell Chinky when he gets home tonight and ask him if we can possibly get the things back," said Mollie. "If we knew where they had gone, we could go and fetch them. Do you suppose they've gone to Great Aunt Quickfingers?" They said no more to one another, but sat solemnly side by side, hoping that the things would fly back just as unexpectedly as they flew out. But they didn't. Chinky came back at 6:30, looking very merry and bright and bringing a big chocolate cake from his mother. He stopped when he saw their doleful faces.
"What's up? Anything happened?"
They told him, and Chinky listened in astonishment. He leapt to his feet when they spoke about his wand.
"What? You don't mean to tell you that you were silly enough to meddle with my wand? Surely you didn't make my wand grow wings too?"
"It was an accident," said poor Mollie. "I must have had some of the ointment on my fingers when I moved it, and so it grew wings too. I'm so sorry, Chinky." "Where have the things gone, Chinky?" asked Peter.
"I don't know,"
said Chinky.
"I haven't the least idea. All I can say is, the next time the wishing chair grows its wings, We'll have to tell it to go to wherever the toys have gone.
But goodness knows where that will take us. That's the end of the chapter. Oh dear. Magic is good if you use it for the right things. And it was fun watching the toys grow. But not to have all your toys fly out the door and disappear. And not Chinky's wand. You better come back tomorrow. We need to find out what happens. Bye-bye.